Hey everybody, it's me, Diane, and I have some fantabulous news. I went to that sleep consultant today. I really didn't want to go. They practically had to drag me there, but I went. I do not have sleep apnea. They are faxing a copy to my surgeon. They are faxing a copy to my doctor, and I asked them to mail me a copy just to make sure that everybody's on the same page and we all got it. So I will never, ever have to see that awful doctor again. I'm not saying that all sleep doctors are awful. Just the one I went to was like torture. But I'm positive now. I'm sure he's great. Just not to me. Anyways, me and Tiffany went last night to our information session. And first, let me say, it is so nice to have somebody that wants to go with you to be able to go to these sessions and sit by you and ask questions and really be interested rather than people that, I mean, you have to have support when you're doing this surgery. And let me just say that um, God really blessed me with giving me Tiffany because, I mean, God knows my husband didn't want to go. And we're talking about the emotional support I need instead of financial, but um, Tiffany is like a real big trooper right now, and I am so, thankful that I could get her to, help me out because, this is scary, some of this stuff. But, okay, so I went to this information session last night, and for the first like 30 minutes, he's talking about this lap band. And he was like, it fills it up with water, compression around the stomach, blah 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 blah. And then he started talking about gastric bypass, and then somebody asked the question, is there an age restriction? And he said, well, normally, they don't, do this surgery over, people, I think he said ages 70, because with elderly people, there's more high risk and more complications. And then somebody asked, what is like, what would you recommend? And he said for young women who want to give birth, have children, he wouldn't recommend the gastric bypass. He'd recommend the lap band. So, immediately my hand flung up in the air. I was like, oh, hell no, we have to talk. So I asked him, I was like, what if, I mean, I might want kids, but I don't know. Not right now. I want to lose my weight and then we'll talk. But I said, what if I am young and I'm not looking to have kids? Can I still get this? Are you gonna stop me or anything? And he was like, no, no, we'll just look at your case and see, like what kind of things that you have, and we'll go from there. And then he pulls up this slide. I felt so embarrassed, and I don't know, I know that everybody's like, don't worry about it, but it's like the slide he pulled up, he was going over all the stuff that, people that have, is going through the lap band, what, some of their symptoms are. And the reason why I felt embarrassed is because, like, every single one of them, except for diabetes and hypertension, was me. Like the fatty liver and the GERD and the polycystic ovaries and the infertility and the irregular period. Sorry, fellas. I had to, say what he said. And goodness, it's like, wow, am I so on target? And I met the dietitian and my surgeon, because they were the ones doing the information session. So it wasn't like some random stranger. So I actually went up to him because I was like, I'm better, go ahead and say hi, introduce myself, you know. And then I was like, hi, my name is Diane, and, I sent you my packet and I sent it on Monday. And he's like, well, he asked me when I sent it. I said, I sent it on Monday. I said, yeah, I kind of put tracking and got somebody to sign for it. He looked at me kind of funny. I mean, I was just so wanting them to get this package. You just don't know. And anywho, so I was like, I'm just wondering, when am I going to get this surgery? Am I going to get it before Thanksgiving? And he's like, oh, yeah, definitely. He asked me what kind of insurance I have. And I was like, I have Blue Cross Blue Shield. And he was like, yeah, I'll they usually get you in within like a month or so. So I am like so happy. Me and Tiffany went out and celebrated last night at my favorite restaurant, which is the Texas Roadhouse. I was still a good girl though. I didn't have any dessert. I had the sirloin kebabs, well, the loaded sweet potato, but I made them burnt the marshmallows. So like, I feel like if they burn it, maybe all the sugar would go out of it. But I got the sweet potato, and then I got, God, what else did I get? Oh, and a salad. So I ate pretty well, all considering. And still drank my, water. I was a good girl. Oh, I found that if you don't like lemon, that I like to put lime in my water because it still flavors your water, and lime has this like a unique taste to it. Like it makes it really good. So if you like lime, then try it in your water because I swear it's really good. It's a lot better. Somebody said put oranges, but oranges contain a lot of sugar, so I don't do that. Limes, I mean, it's all citrus. It's all kind of bitter, but it tastes really good in water. So give it a shot if you want to try something new. Okay, anyways, another thing that I wanted to talk to you about was insurance. Because I did ask him about my insurance. And apparently, if you have different insurances, I mean, this is all depending on what state you're in, but some of them require like a 3 month to 6 month or even a year of a diet that's supervised by your physician. So, I would call, see, I'm a little, I don't know what you call it, but I called my insurance company. See this? This is all the mumbo jumbo of, the weight surgery. I called them because, like, I was like, I'm going to be totally screwed if they don't pay for some of this. So I called them, and then they sent me this handy dandy packet. Um, I mean, I need to call them and, like, just go over everything, but they're paying for most of it. I mean, I have to pay, of course, my deductible and whatever that they don't pay, and the out-of-pocket expenses like the dietitian, the therapist. Oh, and the dietitian was at the meeting last night. She was so sweet. So I think that I'm gonna get along with everybody. It's not that I don't get along with people. Don't get me wrong, because what I said about the sleep guy, but the reason why I didn't like the sleep guy. Okay, check this out, because after this, I did that whole sleep study thing. They were like, "Oh, we'll get them to fax it to your doctor." So I'm thinking, well, if they're gonna fax it to my doctor, well, what's the point of seeing him again? Because I didn't want to go back. So I called my doctor, and I called her secretary. So I didn't even get to to my doctor, but she was like, we'll call and see if we can get that fax over, and then you can go ahead and cancel your appointment. Well, instead of her secretary calling me back, I got this really rude message from the sleep study people. And they're like, yeah, I don't know if it's a misunderstanding, Miss Diane. I'm not saying my last name. But she's like, I don't know if it's a misunderstanding, but you have to be here Thursday at 11 o'clock. And, you have to be here. I mean, she was just going all off on me like a can of biscuits opened up on a countertop. So I mean, I was like, okay, whatever. So, I mean, I was really PO'd. But instead of going in there and being all, like, 5-0 on them, I just decided, go in there, just get it done with. I wasn't going to buy anything if he was going to make me, but he didn't make me. So, that's fantabulous. So, yay! I am done with the sleep study. That means that my doctor can submit her paperwork. I've already submitted mine. Within 2 weeks, I'm supposed to get a call from them, and as soon as I do, y'all are all gonna know about it. So, I don't know. I mean, this is a fantabulous day. Alright, well, y'all have fun. Thank you so much for listening to me rant and rave. I'm probably going to make another video in the next day or so, because there are some things that I want to go over with you. So just, look out for more videos, and oh my god, my hair's a mess. Oh, who cares? But anyways, I'll talk to you later. Bye!